The past several years have been a complete and total disaster for Disney across all aspects of this company. Whether you're talking about the stock price falling, whether you're talking about the box office, the theme parks, the streaming services, everything is down right now. And as a result of that, Bob Chapek ended up losing his job with Bob Iger, the guy who mysteriously stepped down right before COVID happened, criticized Bob Chapek all the way through, and is now ready to steer the ship again. Bob Chapek is once again the Disney CEO. And despite the fact that he 100% wanted Disney to get involved in political things here in the state of Florida, despite the fact that he had the president's back, that he had the far leftist back, that he had the woke moms back when it came to not protecting parental rights here in Florida, now Bob Iger is saying something very interesting. Bob Iger says he doesn't like Disney embroiled in political controversies. We'll try to, quote, quiet things down. Well, that's certainly one headline you can take out of this. But the reality is what Bob Chapek actually said in this town hall is that if you like woke garbage, just wait, because we have a ton more coming down the pipeline. And we really shouldn't be surprised. This is the same guy who, when Disney was going through this, when originally Bob Chapek was like, we're not going to get involved, but then he did at the end of a rainbow-colored gun, he bent the knee to woke activists within Disney and decided to fight parents in Florida because he made it Disney's priority to fight the state of Florida for the right to sexualize kids. That's what Disney wants for your children. They want to take away parental rights and give it to the government to sexualize kindergartners. Pretty fucking disgusting. But Bob Iger had exactly the same opinion. I'm with the president on this. If passed, this bill will put vulnerable young LGBTQ people in jeopardy. This is what he said back in February. And he said it time and time and time again. Bob Iger on opposing the, quote, don't say gay bill. It's all about right and wrong. Again, this is back in March of 2022. Well, here we are. Now he's the CEO again. And what is he telling everybody? Disney CEO Bob Iger discusses don't say gay backlash and the future of inclusion. Spoiler alert. There's just going to be even more of it. More focus on diversity and inclusion and representation. You know, the same things that Disney has been focusing on for the past several years, the same things they've been putting into their children's content, the same thing that has destroyed this company from the inside. Yeah, don't worry. We're going to continue to produce that type of garbage. During the in-person and virtual town hall meeting, one cast member asked Iger where he stood on the company's stance on LGBTQ plus inclusion. Without hesitation, Iger said, one of the core values of our storytelling is inclusion and acceptance and tolerance, and we can't lose that. We just can't lose that. How we actually change the world through the good must continue, he went on to say. We're not going to make everyone happy all the time, and we're not going to try. We're certainly not going to lessen our core values in order to make everybody happy all the time. This came as a welcome relief to many cast members. Some commented on social media that he responded with no hesitation. Iger concluded his response by saying, at one point I said, we do what we believe is right. And someone criticized me saying, well, who are you to say what's right? Well, when you're in a job like mine, when you're responsible for the storytelling that many of you are, responsible for get paid and have a sense of what's right. Not everyone will agree with you. That's just not the way the world is these days. But it doesn't mean you should stop trying to do the right thing. Let's be real with what Disney has been doing. Disney has been focused on identity politics and woke nonsense, all this storytelling that people simply aren't interested in. You don't have to look any further than the current box office results. Strange World is bombing at the box office. Strange World, the newest Disney animation targeted towards children that has a not-so-secret gay agenda and more political propaganda, is bombing at the box office because families aren't interested in this. One of the reasons people aren't going to the parks as much is because people are done with it. The reason Universal is getting more of that market share is because people are abandoning Disney in droves. They lost $1.5 billion just in streaming last quarter, just in 3 months. That's how much they lost in streaming because people aren't interested in the woke garbage from them. Now, Bob Iger can say, we don't want to get involved in political controversy. He also says that he thinks politics is a little bit different than most people. Listen to what he says here. I think there's a misperception on here of what politics is, Iger said. Some of the subjects that have proven to be controversial as it relates to Disney have been branded political, and I don't think they are. Do I like the company being embroiled in controversy? Of course not. To the extent that I can quiet things down, I will. This is what you did a couple months ago. I'm with retweeting Joe Biden talking about taking the rights from parents here in Florida away so that they can be sexualized by the government when they're 5 years old. That's what you said you sided with. This is a very inherently political issue. You're retweeting the President of the United States, and you said that Disney should have taken a harder stance on this than they did. Bob Iger is not going to stop the woke. He's the one that started a lot of this stuff, in the same way that Bob Chapek didn't stop the woke at Disney. Woke is on the menu. That is going to happen. That is done. I've talked to some people that have knowledge of what's going on with animation in Disney. They've said, just wait. Just wait for the next 2 years. If you think that what's coming down the pipe right now is woke, wait till you see what they've been working on. That's all while Bob Chapek was there. Now Bob Iger's there. I'm sure it's only going to continue. It's terrible in the box office. It's terrible for streaming. It's bad for business. But this is the narrative that Bob Chapek, that Bob Iger, and that everybody at Disney is going to continue to push. It's going to continue to drive them nose first into the ground as they drive families away. But make no mistake, this is what will continue at Disney. Let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. Smash a like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later.
Thanks for watching, everyone. And a huge shout out to my patrons. I appreciate you guys so much. Want to follow me on Twitter or Instagram? Check out the description below. You'll find links to my P.O. box and my Patreon as well. And I'll talk to you guys later.